Hey everybody, this is Kenny Quayle from the Maricopa Monitor and PinalCentral. As many of you may be aware, we recently put out a story going over the campaign finance disclosures of the City of Maricopa's City Council race candidates, examining them and uncovering a unique situation related to Vice Mayor and candidate Vincent Manfredi. The story, sparked by multiple citizen tips, spurred me to examine the accusations, campaign finance documents, ethics complaints, and more, all resulting in conversations with two city council candidates and an interesting dive into the unique situation the city finds itself in. But why does this story matter, and how did this process go over? The key things to know about this story are that the tip I received mentioned Manfredi used campaign finance money to pay his media organization to run ads for him. The Facebook ad, the one in question in the tip, was also not reported as a specific line item, instead being wrapped up into a larger purchase for advertising with his business in Maricopa. Manfredi first said he purchased this ad himself, and then later said that the meta sponsorship was part of the advertising purchased through In Maricopa. This matters because Manfredi is the owner of In Maricopa, which individuals like citizen Terry Clark argue falls into ethically gray areas. As a journalist, whenever I get a tip, the very next step is to verify and investigate. In a case like this, I started by visiting the city's website to download and examine Q1 financial disclosures for all current city council candidates, public documents that are available for anyone to review. I looked at how all that money was being spent, where it came from, and if the reports aligned with the costs incurred by each candidate. I then dove into the specific accusations made against Manfredi, finding that the situation, at very least, required further examination and expert opinions. My next step was to contact political officials at the state level, speak with experts in political advertising, review AZ Clean Elections policies, and compare other similar cases in states across the U.S. Based on the information I collected, I determined that Manfredi's campaign finance reports and his general situation as a city council candidate, sitting vice mayor, and full owner of a local media organization put him in a unique position that required extra examination. From there, I obtained official copies of these documents and spoke with Manfredi directly, as our standard practice is to allow everyone an opportunity to voice their side of the story. In our discussions, he stood firm on the fact that he did everything correct with regards to campaign finance, asserting that paying the company he owns for ads is just like paying anyone else. And despite saying he bought the Facebook ad himself, the ad did not constitute a new line item. Here's why his response has come under scrutiny. Manfredi is in a unique position as the owner of his own media company, as well as an active member of City Council. Even though he asserts that both his business and role as an elected official are completely separate, the reality becomes much muddier in situations like this one. There is also a notable difference between legal permissibility and ethical permissibility with his dual roles. Through my research, I found that this unique situation is only something two other cities nationwide have dealt with, meaning this whole situation is essentially uncharted territory. But it does raise questions. The cities of Crescent City, Florida, and Gadsden, Alabama, both had city council members owning local media organizations. Both cities have recorded their own concerns for their situations, citing issues with advertising, coverage of a variety of topics, and more. With the litany of tips involved in this story as well, it's safe to say that Maricopa citizens have their own concerns and reservations about this situation, indicating a need for greater scrutiny. For the full details on this story, make sure you check out the article I wrote on PinalCentral.com. This has been Kenny Quayle with the Maricopa Monitor and PinalCentral, signing off.